Face-to-face Unit 2 review. This is question number 16. Compare the truth tables below. Use the first truth table that's already finished. Please complete table 2. So table 1 says P and Q, and they give the results as being true, false, false, false. Okay, because this is an and. The only time and is true is when both are true. So it says complete this column for the second one. So the first thing I have to do is negate Q. So remember, I'm negating the Q column, which is negation of true, negation of false, negation of true, negation of false. And that gives me false, true, false, true. And then now I'm going to do the P column, which is true, true, false, false. Then, now I need the negation of Q, which I just found to be false, true, false, true. So remember, with the biconditional, the only time it's false is when you start with something true and back it up with something false, which happens in row 1. So this is false. Otherwise, it's true. So true then true is true, false then true is true, and false then false is true. Okay, so we have false, true, true, true. And I'm going to erase that and make that a little bit clearer here. Okay, now I have to negate what I just found. So I'm going to do negation of false, negation of true, negation of true, negation of true. Negation of false is true, negation of true is false, negation of true is false, negation of false. Negation of true is false. So I have true, false, false, false. All right, part B. Compare the truth tables to determine whether P and Q is logically equivalent to the negation of P then negation Q. So if I look at the truth tables, I'm looking for order. This one goes true, false, false, false. This one goes true, false, false, false. So since they are exactly the same, are they logically equivalent? The answer is yes. All right, 17. Let P represent Edith eats her vegetables. Let Q represent Edith gets a cookie. Write the converse, inverse, contrapositive, both symbolically and in words. So the converse, remember the conditional is if P then Q. Okay, so the converse has to be if Q then P. So what does that look like? It looks like Edith. Well, I should put if. If Edith gets a cookie, then she eats her veggies. Okay, the inverse. The inverse is negation P, then negation Q. So if, now I'm looking at the P, call the P statement, which is Edith eats her vegetables. So negation of that is Edith does not eat her vegetables. So if Edith doesn't eat her veggies, then now I need negation Q. She doesn't get a cookie. So contrapositive is negation Q, then negation P. So that looks like this. Edith doesn't get a cookie. And again, I need the word if. Edith doesn't get a cookie, then she doesn't eat her veggies. All right. Write the contrapositive of the following conditional statement. If you gave your plants water and sunlight, they will survive. Okay, whatever follows the word if is P. So P is you gave your plants water and sunlight. Okay, and then Q is going to be they will survive. Okay, once I figure out that, now I need the contrapositive. So the contrapositive is negation Q, then negation P. So if they will not survive, then you don't give your plants water and sunlight. Okay. 19. Consider the conditional. If Marie repairs her old computer, then she doesn't buy a new one. So Marie repairs her old computer is going to be P, and she doesn't buy a new one is Q. Write the converse. So the converse again is if Q then P. So she doesn't buy a new computer. So I'm going to put the word if she doesn't buy a new computer, then P, she repairs her old, and I'll fix that in a minute, computer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put her name in here. So I'm going to put at the beginning, if Marie doesn't buy a new computer, then she repairs her old computer. Now that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so that was the converse. Now it's asking for inverse. So inverse is negation P, then negation Q. So I'm going to write down if Marie doesn't repair her old computer, then she buys a new one. Okay. And finally, we have to do the contrapositive, which is negation Q, then negation P. Okay, negation Q is Marie does buy a new computer. Then, and again, I'm going to put the word if in front of Marie. If Marie does buy a new computer, then negation P is she doesn't repair the old one. Okay, so that was number 19. I'm going to go ahead and stop at 20 and start a new video. Thanks for watching the ones that we just had.